All right, fight fans. We in the Fan Ducey Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks. Do we got anything to drink here?
We do. I got some water over here. I got some Rockstar.
Jesus Christ, I was eating some peanuts.
I got some.
My mouth is dry.
I got some energy drink, or not energy drink. I got some muscle protein milkshake over there. There's a cup right there, dude. So here's some water. Help yourself.
Did you put your lips in the...
I did put my lips on there.
Forget it. I'll wait till I get home.
Sorry, dude. This is my drinking water for training. Yeah, I already went through one of these jugs already. 1.5 gallons today. Doing good on the water consumption.
That's good. What's your weight at?
156.
Where you got to be at?
156.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm right on weight, man. Fuck Vince Ciatoli.
Oh, he ain't want to... I sent him a friend request. He ain't want to come on.
I know. Fuck him. We could have had a good interview. We could have talked some junk.
Yeah, it would have been good.
Yeah.
God damn it, I would have been the host that night.
I know. You could have been... You missed your opportunity.
Yeah.
I guess one of the parents from the kids club is going to interview me tomorrow at the gym about the fight.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll try and post on here. Hey, if you're listening on this, if you're listening on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube. If you're listening on iTunes or whatever you're listening to, subscribe to our podcast so we can, grow a little bit more. There should be a little icon down in the bottom right if you're on YouTube. iTunes, you just got to click to subscribe. And, man, is that a girl on your phone, Ray? She's pretty hot.
Oh, yeah, that's my girl.
Oh, yeah.
Background picture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's cuddle season, so.
Yeah.
It's
baby making season.
This is the season where guys like to lay in bed with their girls.
Uh-huh.
Summertime, we like to be in the sofa watching TV, but...
Yeah, the August babies are all from the wintertime in Buffalo. Yeah. August, September. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do we got going on today?
We're going to talk to Brad Kohler, and then we're going to talk to Brian Moore.
God.
Legend of the Cage. I'm hoping this Legend of the Cage promotion starts up because I'm going to go.
Maybe we can finally get Shamrock and Kohler.
Yeah, but I mentioned that. I wrote that in the post. But
he said he only fights men. I saw that. Brad Kohler.
Well, somebody else challenged him to a fight.
Brad Kohler?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Who was it?
Harry
Balls?
No, Harry Marakovich or whatever his last name. I'm bad with last names. Don't kill me, Harry. Okay, let's get Brad Kohler on.
All right.
Anyway, what was it a funny message though?
Yeah, we left you a pretty good message. I just
good. Okay, man.
I just like Ray Ayers licks ass. I figured you like it.
Oh.
Caveman's so bad.
See, now you guys got funny humor. I got, some of my buddies don't have it. I got, some of my partners are like doctors and orthopedics and lawyers and shit. And I can't leave them because they're like, you've reached Michael's phone. Please leave. And I like, yes, this is Harry Nutsacker calling from the. I'll make up fucking, and they're like, dude, that just wasn't cool. But, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I won't do it again.
Yeah, me and Caveman, the lower class.
Yeah,
people.
We're the lower class guys. Definitely talking to the right people.
Well, I think that's the upper class, man. Where, it's like, we, sharks know their bait, Sharks swim confidently, right?
Right. Ray's all tied up here. He's got his headphones. He rolled over it with his wheel. I wish we were on. You could see what Ray's got going on here, dude. You're gonna be all tight. Your foot's stuck too. Oh, what a mess. I'm sorry, Brad. Apologize for no professionalism from my co-host.
We got $100,000.
That's where we're going. That's why I like your show.
We got $100,000 studio with a $10 co-host.
Well, it's hard to find volunteers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
It's always sucked hiring relatives.
No way, I got some white privilege. Raised in a minority class, so we can't be associated like that. Oh, only in here.
Damn. Well, I wasn't going to go there, but good. Okay.
So,
man. Hey, Okay, I just got a Thai friend from my friend Ty Dietzler, I think it's pronounced. He's a rock star. He's a lead singer of many rock bands right now. I think he's getting ready to be a lead singer for man, what is it? Not Creed. It's no. It'll come to me here in a second. But he's a big rock star. This guy's huge. He's like 6'2", 265, and just shredded with dreads.
Damn.
And he's a lead singer in a lot of. If you look him up, it's T.Y. Dietzler, and it's let's see, what is it? Dietzler, and I tell you what, this is one of the coolest dudes I know. He's just so cool, you know. But yeah, he's all into this stuff, and he's all like, you know, when's that show gonna be, man? You know, I'm like, I'm online right now, you know. So, but so you guys got the skivvy on this, right? You know, you got
Ray gave us
pretty
a
much
little
the
heads
lowdown.
up. So
Okay.
why don't you give our fans a heads up?
Are we live right now, or you guys you gonna record this, right?
Yeah, we're recording. Of course, we're recording.
Okay. So here's
Pause it real quick.
Pause
Well,
it.
hold up. We're gonna pause it real quick here.
Okay, good.
Hey, Brad, did Ty end up buying one of those combo hitters from you? Since he's like 6'5" and jacked. Jesus Christ, he can't hit a regular bag, right?
He is a big guy. No, you know what? We talk so often, and that's how we started talking. He called off the website, and we started talking. And it's funny. He sent me an autograph picture. I sent him one, and he was more excited than I was. I'm like, going, Jesus Christ, man! We're just. I wonder if you get real excited if I sent him like a Randy Culture or Mark Homer or something. But he's no, he doesn't have a place for it right now, and so he said once he gets his own place again. Right now, he's back in on his farm up in Montana, and doesn't have a place for it. And once he gets back to his own place, he's going to order one. But yeah, no, he hasn't ordered one yet. But he loves the product.
By
So-
the way, I love the product too, and my wife, she love it too. She thinks she picture my face in it, and she start punching the shit out of it. Well, she's mad at me.
we can send her a picture of your face, dude.
You put on the new pads. I heard he's got new pads for the combo
Yeah.
hitter too.
Yeah, the new ones, the new and improved ones are just now. It really is. I can honestly say it is indestructible. It is you cannot break this thing when you punch it. It's we had some pad problems, like 5 out of 100 would come off, and it was like now we have the right pads, the right gluing system. This thing is really indestructible. So if you're looking at a good safe punching apparatus, the combo hitter is a great unit. It's affordable, and right now we're doing free shipping at combohitter.com.
Cool, yeah.
All right, make sure you hit combohitter.com.
We
We'll
gotta
tag
get
it in here.
We gotta get James Toney to try it out.
You know what? I got Tooney all the time. I talk to him on Facebook all the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, he posts a lot.
Yeah, he do.
He does.
He still owes us some liquor.
Yeah, he does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had him
I
on
was
the
gonna-
show.
Yeah, I saw that, because I saw him on Facebook. I mean, I see him on Facebook every day, and I talk to him quite a bit. And who I took to is Riddick Bowe and a couple of old boxers.
Ray Mercer.
Ray Mercer. No. God, who is it? He's up in Canada. What is his name? It'll come to me. But no, I haven't been hit too many times. I just can't remember who it is. There's so many boxers out there.
All right, well, the reason we had you on is we heard that you're having a big show and there's a gender battle and it's in Russia and maybe there might be some stabbings. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to get me a Russian hat and get over there somehow.
Hey, you know what? It's a legitimate show. It is, with the utmost integrity. It is a gender wars MMA bout. But really what we're doing is promoting our UFC veterans. So it's the undercard is going to be UFC veterans of old, and in our co-main event will be, Travis View, who's a monster, who basically probably could have been a world champ at one time, and just kind of went up and down with his career. And boy, I tell you, if you look at him, he's built like he used to be built like Brock Lesnar, just a freak. And now he's a real agile, 250-pound jiu-jitsu guy. And but I think he's 75, 24 or something like that. He's got like 97 fights.
Damn,
you know.
Wow.
And so he was in 2 UFCs, and he's in Bellator, and he's been out to Japan, and he's been everywhere. And then cornering Travis will be legendary Big Daddy Goodrich. So, Big Daddy's coming down from Canada. They are legendary corner man for Travis. And then the other side will be Big Wes Sims, 6'10", 255 pounds of reach. And, although I hit the rim on the basketball court, he does not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm only 5'6", 7 maybe on a good day.
This is a leprechaun.
But, yeah. Hey. He's after me like your charms. Remember that from Austin Powers?
Yeah. Oh,
But and then corner Wes Sims, who's again another, I think he's 9-time UFC veteran and fought all over the world, and he's got a pretty impressive record too. Will be Marcus, not Marcus. Geez, oh man, one of my best friends. I'm saying Marcus, Mark Coleman, Mark the Hammer Coleman, who probably by far was the best heavyweight of all time. I mean, he's won everything. There's no other heavyweight that's won the Pride Grand Prix, the UFC 3 times, and I'm talking tournaments.
Yeah.
So he's probably one of the best UFC heavyweights of all time. And and I'm nothing against Randy and all those guys, but when there was tournaments, Mark Coleman, he won them. So
yeah, he was the best, the inventor of the ground and pound, the headbutt king. We had him on the podcast too. We'll have to get him back to talk about your show.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's on. Yeah, I talked to him again today, which again, I grew up with Mark, and we have a long history together as, training partners and friends. And and then in the main event, we're in the search of a gender battle where, you're the best, strongest housewife in America is going to fight the best, toughest, amateur
karate
average Joe from Europe, so karate.
So he's gonna be like 96 pounds and like 8'6".
No, we're gonna try to look for a female around 150 pounds that's pretty fit, pretty strong, 135, 140, 150, right in there, and then try to find a guy, about the same. And you get a guy, we've been trying to look at different things. That, you see a woman that's 175 pounds and a guy that's 175 pounds. It's kind of that's where it starts to really get, a little bit more dicey. And I think that's when you have to go with a more experienced professional level female MMA fighter to be able to protect herself and handle something like that. But we're going to have, moderate rules where, it's absolutely even. They're going to be 3-minute rounds on both the under and main event card, where there's a minute and a half of rest time. So hopefully we're going to see a lot more action with a lot more rest. You follow me?
Yeah, for sure.
So in that time, the reason why we want to do a minute and a half is we want to take some calls live from fans all over the world saying, what would you do in this situation? You're on the air, what do you take and we're going to try to get the scores from the fans. So we're going to randomly get online through pay-per-view our judges. We're going to pick 3 judges from the audience, which is basically pay-per-view. There is no live audience. So we're going to get our judges that are watching. And they're going to score the bout for us, and we're going to, it could be a person from Italy, it could be a person from, Ukraine or America, Hawaii, Pakistan, it could be India, where they would give you a free Slurpee too.
Maybe my mom's basement.
Yeah. So if you look at it, this is going to be a really cool, a different event. It's not the same old. Well, they're the cage. There's lights and smoke. There's, you see these fights on social media, and Ray, you post a lot of them. It's funny.
Oh yeah.
These backyard fights, and it's like, yeah, they're cool to watch, but it's like, is someone going to get hurt? And that's one thing that I really don't want to see someone get hurt in this type of deal, and so we want to keep it regulated in such that these guys are kind of trained, and there is a referee, and there's actually a high skilled level fighter as a referee that can see when someone's had enough or damage and make sure they're protected. And we got doctors. Only thing we don't have is the audience. We're not selling one ticket, not one. And it's going to be something unique.
I like that. That's one of the things I like about the Ultimate Fighter show. The only fans that are in there are the other fighters, so all you hear is like experienced fighters yelling, good encouragement to their teammates.
Right.
As opposed to hit her in the tits, like when we go to UFC.
It's funny how fans are, and they watch 2 or 3 UFCs and get 17 or 18 beers in them, and they're experts, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too. People are saying, "Oh my God, this is da da da." So, this isn't the first time this has been done, guys, and you guys know that. There's been several bouts throughout the world in different countries that have had men fight women one-on-one in the cage. In 1983, the first woman in New York City won in boxing, against a boxer. So there's many times where this co-ed type of situation has happened, where it's been, hand-to-hand combat situations. I'm not trying to sell this as being safe because, again, last thing I want to do is try to have this fixed. I want someone to really, and AJ came to me and goes, "Why you come up with this?" I says, I got to tell you something. I ran into a friend of mine. It's like, I wish I could help her. Her and her husband had down on their luck, their kid, this, that, they're medical and all kinds of stuff, right? And I just remembered why I got into fighting. It was like, I had an opportunity and I needed some money. And, my wife left me and my daughter. And I was like, man, we need some money. I need to pay bills, just me and her. I have, a 5-year-old daughter. And when I went to fight in Hook and Shoot, which is Jeff Osborne's show, it was only $1,000, but it was an 8-man tournament. And all I remember is my wife telling me what a loser I was and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I just could not lose. I needed that money really bad. And what I was willing to do for that, just so we could pay the rent that month, I sat on top of Travis Fulton. I gave him at least 75 headbutts for the first round, which my first fight was 57 minutes straight, no rounds. You know that. Then I had 2 fights after that for a lousy $1,000. Now, yeah. I think to myself, that changed my month for me, and then again changed my life because they started my career. So it opened a lot of doors. It started something new, and it gave me the confidence I needed to raise my kid, So what would someone do for a chance to win $1 million?
I would do just about anything.
Now, Ray, don't get perverted, Ray, because you know what I told you, I'm taken. All right.
Ray's he's got his phone. I was trying to send you a wiener pic right now.
Well, no, seriously. I mean, legitimately, what would someone who's hey, you got 6-7 weeks to train for this thing, and you've been selected, and what would you do? What wouldn't you do? How hard would you fight for that? And is $1 million a life changer? You think?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
For sure.
So go ahead.
The girl has to win to get the $1 million, right?
Well, the guy has to win too.
Oh, he gets $1 million?
Oh, this is a game show, buddy. This is legit. This is to the winner.
I would like to be the guy.
Listen, you'd hold that girl in her guard the whole time, and the last 30 seconds choke her out. So I'm not even going to listen to you. Okay?
I would ride the back for the entire.
You'd be 9 minutes in her guard. Okay, world record.
I'll be on a back for 8.
At least at your household.
That's a marriage lifetime record. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ. No, in all honesty, and without making any jokes and cracks about this, it's I think people go, oh my God, hey, this is like right up there with chopping pit bulls' heads off on. I'm like, look, there has been so many controversial things out there that people have put on as shows. I mean, I don't know if you remember, and it hit me in the heart, I was very proud of the kid that had Down syndrome that fought. How about the kid with no arms? How about the guy with one leg, one arm? I mean, there's situations out there that certainly could be questionable as well. How could someone let someone do that when somebody has a goal or wants to change their life or have to, fight for their own right to be, their mark on the world? I believe there's just not enough opportunities out there for that. You got the American Ninja. That's a potential $500,000 prize if you make it through these 6 shows. Well, we're asking you to make it through 1.
And someone will win.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win. So
what are the rules for this fight? Since it's a co-ed fight, is it going to be like old school UFC rules, like no rules applied, or like the ABC rules, or what do you got going on? Gloves, no gloves? I mean, we're in Russia.
No,
right? There's no commission.
No, there's no commission. Woo-wee. No, there's no commission. And you know what? There's no heat in the freaking warehouse either.
And you're gonna do this in winter in Russia?
Doing it in January 12th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Never mind, I'm out. Unless the girl's
we'll be sitting there like the NFL on the sidelines blowing air. It would be smoke coming out.
So I'm gonna say no ring girls.
Actually, there is one. I'll text you a picture of her. We just got her. She just came in from France and applied.
Perfect. So, yeah. Maybe we could get
not came in here, but she's we did a thing, on a couple of sites and stuff like that, and we had a little.
What kind of sites?
Listen, you're the one who. We got them off your escort line there, buddy.
Thanks, Caveman's Hookers.
No, we just did Facebook. We just did Facebook. Hey, if you're interested, reach us at Gender Wars at MMA or Gender Wars MMA at yahoo.com if you're interested in becoming a ring girl for a pay-per-view event. And we had a few that we had to select from, but we only did reach out to 10 people, and we got back and we selected one, and one of the sad things about ring girls is, the UFC girls get paid more than most fighters.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
The King of Cage girls make $1,000 a show, and they fly them in from California.
Isn't it crazy?
That's fucking crazy. That's
so how much the fighters get paid?
I don't know.
500 to show, 1,000 to win.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So that's not enough to tick you off.
Yeah, I'm getting.
If you're a fighter on the show and you're out there sweating for 20 minutes and some girl's walking around dancing around and for a whole 30 seconds and she's getting paid more than you, I get it. Yeah, people go, oh wow, yeah, great, so that and the other, but the ring girls didn't sell a ticket. So to me, it's just part of the show. It's part of entertainment, but it takes away from the fighters, and I like to everybody know their place and understand what their role is in the game and get paid accordingly. And if they want to make a career out of it, then they have to, of course, fight.
Yeah, for sure. Are you still searching for the girl, or do you have this girl selected already?
We just started the search. We just posted. This was in our first day. I think we have 35 contestants right now that I've gone through a couple today. I have to go through them tonight again and send them to AJ and screen them, and we get some professional fighters that have a record, but it clearly says and we have to look them up and do the research and make sure that they haven't had any pro records, and then once where AJ looks to and we see an amateur, then we say, okay, she qualifies, doesn't qualify, and then once the ones that were qualified, then we'll start going through them and watch their videos. So there's 10 questions that they have to go through, and then once the questions are done, I'd like you to attach a 1-minute video. Basically, tell me about yourself, where you're from, talking about your family, what's that and the other, why, what would you do with the money, kind of a thing. And, look, it's, everybody's got a little heartache, a little hardship. Everybody has bills, we're gonna do a thorough check, make sure that people that are, looking to be participants in this are legit,
Can I ask
preferably,
a rude, inappropriate question?
What's that?
Can I ask a rude, inappropriate question?
That's what you're here for.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my job is. Are you looking for like a girl next door type of girl, or are you looking for like a beautiful woman to sell the show?
A stripper.
No. This isn't going to be, like I said, this is not going to be anything choreographed. This is going to be the housewife next door that is raising kids, that gets frustrated, that has to work a full-time job, goes to yoga, goes to fitness classes, goes to MMA boxing classes, that basically just is one of those fit boxing chicks that would love to fight, but she's too old. Her husband works a full-time job, and they're barely scraping by kind of thing, So it's not like we're looking for, a bathing suit model at all. The average single mom that's fit. And, the last thing I'll tell you right now that I want to put on is, and it rests his soul, Kimbo Slice versus that big data, big fat slob 5,000. Okay. That fucking right after the show, we're going to have a fucking heart attack. Excuse me, but that was disgusting. I want to see people that are in shape. I want to see what they do, what's their training regimen look like, and I want to see, how long they've been training, then we need to get, doctors, physical fitness tests and things like that will, we'll pick out 3 girls, 3 guys, and then they're going to have to go do a physical fitness test. And when they do the physical fitness test, I guarantee you, if you throw up, you're not in.
Oh, then forget it. I can't make it then.
What if you poop your pants? Maybe we'll send Mickey.
A lot of women can't, dude.
Wow. I like the sound of that. I got some girls that might work out for you there.
Well, I think there's a lot out there. And I see these boot camp classes, and I see some pretty tough chicks. And I mean, there really are. I mean, there's some beasts out there that go, and you know what? The thing is, will the guy hold back at all? Will he be like, holy shit, you try to, you ever talk to these cops that try to subdue a woman? Holy fuck, they don't want to. They're crazy. You get a woman going crazy, and they can't subdue them. It's and honestly, between the 3 of us right now at the same time, what has more action in the UFC? Women bouts or men bouts? 1, 2, 3, go. Women.
Raise
right?
left behind.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Women bouts are more action. Why is that? They're just driven like that, man. They're it's like they just have this instinct in them. But think about it. If a guy is put up against that, will he tap out? So that's just I think that's where the guy has the disadvantage. So I don't know. That may be just me thinking crazy.
I think this dude's got it. No offense, unless it's like some really loser guy. But
John Gearhart.
Yeah, John Gearhart. John Gearhart's the perfect guy for this, honestly.
Well,
he needs $1 million too.
Well, I was thinking, what were those Australian guys that you posted the other day, Ray? Those guys kicking like crazy at each other?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we reached out to that group. Hey, who wants to win $1 million? Those guys were like, I mean, come on, right? Come on, could a woman beat those guys?
Yeah.
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 See,
Oh, yeah.
And these guys are black belts. And it's yes, 3 of us just said yes. So, but is that what we're going to get? I don't know. We're going to try to find an equal match. And it's going to come down to conditioning, heart, and who wants it more, man. This is a game changer.
What are the rules going to be for the fight?
Basically, the man has to do open hand strikes. Okay, so it's open hand strikes.
So like Stockton slaps, no punches.
No punches.
What about kicks to the head?
No. kick to the body and kick to the legs.
Gotcha.
Same with the woman. Okay.
Oh no, head kick to the women either. Oh.
Yeah, they can kick to the body or head. Okay, but everything else is the same. It's ground and pound for the woman. It's submissions. And again, if you're a relatively trained, even a decent white belt that knows some submissions and have man strength and can position yourself a little bit, you should be able to submit a woman. Okay, now if you end up ground and pounding the woman, you're open hand slapping her. So basically, she could probably cover up. It's one of those things. Again, we're going to have a female referee in there, so I think it's going to be quite interesting. I don't know what to expect. I just think that it's going to be interesting. Can we elaborate a little bit more on the rules down the road? Yes, we can. When we see this a little bit more, okay, maybe we should take out this and add this. Okay, well, that's what the UFC did.
Right. So it's not going to be like no rules, original UFC, NHB kind of stuff.
No, it's not going to be that. But
Gotcha.
Eventually, what it's to again, it's a contest.
Right.
It's a call it a game show. I don't care what you call it.
It's really like a sport fight, then, like an amateur bout in maybe Ohio or something, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
right.
Okay.
And, I like this. That's
but
awesome.
These women in Ohio here are pretty tough, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, they are. That ain't no joke. Any girl that gets in a cage is tough.
Oh yeah.
So
they are.
I have a suggestion. I think you should allow nut shots for the girls. And
I'll tell you what. As long as you're going to be the one to put ice on the guy, we'll allow them to hit one nut, not two. All right.
All right. I'll bring my Russian hat and my ice bag.
No, we'll do like in Joe Dirt, where the dog sits on the porch and gets his nuts frozen to the porch.
Oh, damn.
No, I think that it's hard to say gentlemen's rules, but I think that it's
that's
we want to
sexist.
clarify that. Well, you know what I mean. We want to clarify that this is not a street fight,
right?
Right.
And we want to give the woman an absolute, even chance to win by allowing more rules for actually the rules are made for the to not do. So rules are more for the guys and the girls, but I think it's going to be interesting, if not the least interesting.
So this whole card is no cage too, right? So it's just going to be on like an open mat
and the warehouse.
It's in a warehouse, freezing warehouse in Russia on a mat that's probably a rock hard mat at 30 degrees, 35 degrees.
The old Soviet Union.
And it's the elements. What are you willing to do? And so it's different, man. And so let me tell you the top 10 questions. If you haven't been to, you can go to Facebook and it says it's Gender Wars MMA on Facebook. And then there's how to enter, the female that we're looking for right now. And the male is being advertised in Europe currently. And then next week we're looking for the male here and the female there. So it's 20 years or older, able to travel, so it must have a passport. Reply to Gender Wars MMA at yahoo.com. And the answers below must be answered, all 10 of them. And you must attach at least 1 minute video of telling us about yourself, and where you come from and why you think you're tough enough to win. And what would you do with $1 million? Your age. This is question number 1, because you had to be 20 years older. Where did you grow up and where do you live now? Tell you about the family, hobbies. What do you do for a career? How often do you train and what type of training do you do? And do you have a passport? Do you have any amateur professional fights? What would your friends tell us about you? List 3 friends and their phone numbers for references. And number 10.
Are you just trying to pick up a girlfriend? This is a good scam. I think I'm going to try this.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I have a fantastic girl. And although, this would be a good scam, I would not be putting myself on your fucking show talking about it, I'll tell you that. Let's see. And let's see. And believe me, if you wanted to get a chick, you don't need $1 million. I mean, you go down. What corner do you go to, Ray? It's $25.
Niagara Street.
Oh man, I go to Niagara Street. I've been there. That's not my kind of neck of the woods.
And then question number 10 would be, if you were selected, what would you do with the money?
Strip club. I'll open up a strip club.
And well,
Stephen Bonner style.
Stephen Bonner style. You guys crack me up. Well, what we're doing also is, once we get everything said and done and everything's rolling, which again the show is completely paid for, everything's sitting ready to go. We have our undercard fighters signed. We're looking for the main event competitors right now, and at the show we're going to announce live where and when our next show will be, announcing 2 4-man tournaments, which will include a heavyweight and a under 200 class 4-man tournament with alternate bouts. So that'll be our next show, and again with Gender Wars. So, and at that show, we will announce the contestants at that show. Awesome. So January 12th, we will have a total of 12 guys that'll be fighting on that show for the 4-man tournament, including 2 alternate bouts, and then our Gender Wars. So, but we're not announcing it till live on the show.
Awesome. That's great. How did this all come together?
Talking to Mark Coleman, he was talking to some guy from Japan about some crazy show that this guy wants to do. And I'm like, every jackwagon now wants to capitalize on the McGregor and Mayweather fight and put, he's going to offer a Stipe and this Parker guy out of Ukraine $25 million a piece. I'm like going, well, they're going to lose fucking money. $50 million. I mean, they're going to lose money. And then I start, I'm so sick of these promotions. I mean, why don't someone just do something different? And then talking to AJ Hiller and some of the shows that he does and these other guys do, and it's like, look, they struggle so much at trying to put on shows that sell tickets to pay for. And I says, I don't want to do it. Then a guy came to me that's an investor and said, what do you think of putting a show on in Russia? Would it work? I says, fuck no, it won't work. Like, I'm not going to sell tickets in Russia. He goes, well, what if we did a pay-per-view? I said, who's going to buy it and what? And then all of a sudden I just went to bed that night and says, and I asked like 10 people, I said, what do you think of this? He goes, oh, wow. Even you, Ray. Oh, wow. You're like, this is pretty interesting. Well, what are the rules? And this is how it all came up. It's like, okay, so we have to make this, first of all, let's bank the money, make sure we can put on a show. And let me talk to my UFC veteran friends that I know that'd be interested in making a payday, because of course they are. They're all broke. Right. Okay? And if they're not living off their girlfriend, they're probably looking for a girlfriend to live off of. Okay? Laugh all you want, but it's freaking true and it's sad. Yes. So, so you got Hall of Famers that sometimes can't eat, and to me that's like, I have a thriving business, and I try to do whatever I can to help the guys, but it's just never enough. And Brian Moore from Legends Game say the same thing. A lot of these guys call him at 2:00 in the morning, wake him up. I'm stuck. I'm stranded. This, that, and the other. And he goes, he'll wake his mom up and say, Mom, you're close to Walmart. Can you go over and wire money to this person? And they do it, dude. And it's like, we it sucks. Who's making all the money in the UFC right now?
Dana.
It ain't the fighters.
The owners, the new owners, the China corporation.
Yeah, well, hey, the Fujita brothers are sitting back laughing right now because they just sold a $4.2 billion company that ain't making shit.
Hell no.
And they just took McGregor. Wasn't even part of the UFC and made the biggest payday in history. Wasn't even part of the UFC. And who was involved with that? Dana White. I mean, it's just one thing after another. It's like, look, you just kind of want to look after the guys a little bit. He's, AJ Hiller's a very smart, legitimate businessman. He's a very honest person. You got a couple other guys like Brian Moore who's, so passionately involved with this. Blogs like you guys that like to see something. Would love to get every UFC veteran on your show and see that they're doing well. Hear good things about them, but you just don't hear that.
Right, for sure.
And to me, I just got tired of it. So you know what? I'm in. Let's figure this out. Let's come up with a solid business plan. Let's make sure there's going to be a legitimate, safe show, and let's get it funded. And we did. And people can say what they want. They do on every show. And what's the nice thing about this one is the fans are going to be able to corner the fighter. Okay, so even though Big Daddy's in one corner and Mark Coleman's in the other corner, which are Hall of Famers, right?
Yep.
Okay, so a fan that is watching on pay-per-view can buy the rights to corner those fighters. Okay, so you'll be talking while Travis and Wes are fighting, you'll be talking to either Big Daddy Goodrich or Mark Coleman. Okay, and then they're going to sit there and help you and say, okay, what do you think you should do? Okay. When I give them the headset, tell them that's a good idea. Boom, here's the headset. They put the headset on the fighter. They'll give them water, wipe them down, and the fan is going to be able to coach and corner the fighter via headset through cell phone.
That's pretty awesome. Are you going to have like a bidding war to be able to get that? So
What's that?
Or is it going to be like a bidding war to see who can corner? Like you just got like a
not a bidding
thing
war
going on?
No, we're just going to if whoever's interested in doing that, we're going to do a random selection. We'll put names in the hat, and decide and pick. And it's so you can buy a round for $500, and if it goes 3 rounds, it's $1,500. And for 9 minutes. Whatever, you're talking to Mark Coleman and Wes Sims or Travis View or Big Daddy, and yeah, does it seem a little expensive? But no, we're going to get you also on the next show. Guess what? You're going to come live on the next show as the last coach. So we're trying to get fans more involved, but we don't want an audience.
Right.
The audience is going to, the hecklers and the people that coach, and they do enough of that from home and in the bars, and it's just, to me, it's just like, look, when you're sitting there live and you may be down and getting pounded on and someone's yelling, "You pussy," it pisses. Come on, guys, you fight. It's like, oh, motherfucker. I wait till I get out of this, right? Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot to get in there. You put yourself out there like you guys do on this show, like the fighters do, like, teachers, politicians. You put yourself out there just for what? Because half the time you're taking shit from people.
Yeah, people don't understand what it takes to get in there, and it looks a lot easier than it really is when you're in there and you're exhausted.
Right.
Of course it does. I sit there. I can't tell you. I will sit there in a bar and just at a happy hour watching a football game, and I'll just hear this. Watching NFL, hearing that guy sucks. I'm like, how it's like the greatest football players that play in the NFL, but he sucks, Yeah. And it's the same thing with the UFC. You earn the right to get there through winning, through sacrificing, through training. And you know what? When people yell that you suck, not every athlete has a good day. But honestly, it's like, I don't know. I probably would turn around and punch somebody at my show if I heard that.
That's an awesome environment too, though. Like a warehouse, no crowd. It's just very, very like 80s movies that we grew up watching, Bloodsport kind of environment. I think that's super cool. Well,
like I said, Ray, you post a lot of those, yard that inspired me thinking, there's something to this. And I think people like that. And watching a whole show, and and also one thing I forgot today, we're having naked green girls by the way, so they won't be dressed at all. But anyway, moving on.
Naked green girls.
Naked ring girls.
Oh, ring girls. I thought you said green girls. I was like, man.
Oh, green girls.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
like from Star Trek.
It's like Lost in Space. That's Lost in Space. No, man.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Danger. Yeah, right. Mr. Smith. Yeah. No. So, you know, I don't know. Just
what's going to be like the price range of the pay-per-view?
The what?
The price of the pay-per-view fights.
We're thinking $8.99, $9.99, under $10. You know, we're not gonna look at we're just trying to get some fighters some money. I don't want to do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter thing. I want to actually throw on some entertainment for people that say, okay, that was cool. The next one we go, okay, now we're going to add, this one's going to be, a little different. Okay. And this is a pilot show. So understand that this is kind of a trial thing that, hey, look, we're going to try this out, see how it goes. And if it gets some traction worldwide, hopefully bring in some sponsors in, because we didn't ask anybody to sponsor it this time, just because it is what it is, a little risque, and it's new. So we self-funded it, and whether it goes through or not, we think it should be successful. I think between AJI and a few other people that are involved, we crunched the numbers, and a break-even point to us is a win.
How many pay-per-views do you need to sell to break even?
You mean how many buys?
Yeah, how many buys do you need?
We're looking at about 3,500.
3,500. Yeah. That's all.
Well, the million. Well, no, not the break even. I'm sorry. You're talking about the whole 1.5.
Yeah, I was just thinking there's a lot of revenue into it.
Well, the prize money is pretty much a business venture kind of thing, whether win or lose or get traction. So it's a pilot show, see if it takes off. It's somebody who's able to give up $1 million and not be broke. It's a pretty wealthy person. Matter of fact, their house is a $9 million home. So it's one of those deals. Okay.
Right.
But I haven't crunched those numbers, and but I told them, we'd have to do a 3-show minimum to really make this thing work, and they're in.
Gotcha.
So, and I'm not going to do one every month. I think that what the UFC had in the beginning was a very successful model. I think one every 3 months, so that way people are aware of what's going on and gives them the opportunity to really prepare themselves. We launched off exactly 2 months before the show, which was yesterday, is when we did our press release and released the poster and stuff. And I think that once we get a contestant here, we'll give the female announcement next Monday on your show if you want.
Heck yeah.
Or next week.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll release the female, and if you want to talk to her or whatever, we'll figure it out. But we're going to find the female. And so we're going to be very aggressive this week finding a female. Hey, man, I'm looking for a girl. So there's your pickup lines right there. But
I know this guy, Brad, he's putting on a show. I can get you $1 million. Call Caveman. My numbers.
Hey, just as long as you're not doing it. I think my dog ran into this motel room. Will you help me find him? Just don't use that line, okay?
That one doesn't work?
You know what? I can't tell you. I was asking you if it worked,
I just use an anal brick. That's how I get my girls. Hit them in the head.
Yeah.
That was probably out of line.
There's a lot of candy in this big van.
Yeah. In my grape van, but the G fell off.
Yeah, it's funny.
We're saying this all the whole Hollywood thing of all the sexual harassment going on. This is a perfect time for this podcast. Oh, yeah. Doesn't get better.
Well, that's a whole. I'll tell you what. That's crazy in Hollywood, man. That went on for years with famous people that are powerful people, and it took how many years to do something about that? That's fucking weak.
That is weak.
These are powerful people. And we're talking not just one or two. I mean, sorry to get off subject here, but that's just sad that nobody stepped up because they were weak. I don't care what they think,
I know, and they got enough money to be comfortable, too.
And the only thing I got left to say about this, if you don't like what we're doing, do what the other douchebags do and take a knee.
I got a question for you, actually. If there's no one around the there's no cage to be around, but if there's no one around the surface of they're fighting, how is this going to be scored or judged, or is it a draw after 3 rounds? What's the deal with that?
Well, we got 3 fans that we're going to get to call in to be our judges, remember?
Oh, we didn't talk about that on air. We just talked about that.
Oh, we didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I thought I'm mixing up my interviews now. I'm sorry. All right. So we're going to have fans actually call in, okay? And basically, you know, we may get a different. Okay, you know, we picked you to, you know, and we'll Facebook them live because we're going to be live on Facebook. We're going to be, you know, and it'll be at I believe it's 8 Central. So it'd be like, you know, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning in Russia. So I think we're doing it at 8 o'clock Central time. And so we're going to get people who can call in or Facebook us live. And basically we'll ask them, you know, what do you score this bout? Boom. And we'll see them, hey, I'm online. And we'll pick them. Go, hey, score this round. Or, you know, so people at home can score this round. And if we pick them, they're going to win a prize.
Oh, man,
flat
I like
out.
that.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be a cool prize.
Hopefully you're
You know, AJ Hiller, he owns MMA Signatures. You know how many famous signatures he has out there, and photographs and memorabilia.
Oh,
so
man,
if we
that's
get
awesome.
So if someone gets, let's say, a authentic, and I'm just putting this out there hypothetically, so don't quote me on this one. Let's just say they get a, you know, like a, you know, signed boxing glove from Muhammad Ali or Rocky Marciano, because he has so much stuff.
Man.
And you know, I mean, MMA Signatures is a legitimate. He's got so much memorabilia and signatures. That's what his business is. Thousands and thousands of athletes with signatures, and it's going to be boom. You just judged the show. You won and now we just send it to your address.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, it is.
So you know, this is our way of getting fans involved without having them there. You know,
I'm gonna be signing up for that. Holy cow, I want to be a.
Well,
team.
you
That'd
guys,
be awesome.
you guys know AJ, right? You know AJ.
We don't know him personally. I mean, we know who he is.
Okay. Well, MMA Signatures is again another legitimate business that does very well. He also owns a limousine company. I think he owns a bar and a gym, and he's very well. And he's big in the Philadelphia area, and but he's got $5-6 million worth of memorabilia and signatures from all kinds of athletes from every sport. So,
man, that's amazing.
I gotta go visit Philadelphia.
Yeah,
he's
just there too. Missed out.
So those are kind of fun things we're going to do, a little different. And like I said, if people have a problem with this whole type of situation, well, then they're really not an MMA fan, you know. And no, it's not your traditional show. And I'm sorry, but I'm just, you know, for me, I want to see something different.
For $10, you go get a fucking latte. Give Brad Kohler $10. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, $10 ain't bad.
Hey, I guarantee you, it's not about me. This is about the guys.
Give my
really,
$10. Don't get a pumpkin spice latte.
Hey, I'm very blessed. The company is doing well, and I'm telling you, this is for the guys, and I hope to get something going good for them. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, $10 ain't bad.
No.
It's not.
No, I don't think so. You know.
All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. Hopefully, you can hook us up with a Russian translator, like your Japanese translator from the last time we had you on.
Oh, a long time. Lovely. You know, that was Korean translator, by the way.
Oh, Korean translator. I'm sorry. My apologies.
That's right. Yep. Yes.
I just got that yellow pride. You know.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting warm. Stop! You're bringing back memories.
We heard you jerking it earlier with the. I don't know what was going on about.
No.
Ago.
I was flying a herd of flies. You guys are fun. You guys are great guys.
Oh man, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for your support. You know, I look forward to announcing the female on your show, and the week after that, the male. And
yeah, we don't.
One of the things. Well, one of the things we thought about doing is maybe protecting his identity because people might want to do a Nancy Kerrigan shit on him.
Yeah. Make him wear.
No, really, it is true. So, but yeah, no, anything you need, guys. I really appreciate your help. Looking forward to working with you some more. So, thank you very much.
No, thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
it's always great to have a USC vet on. We appreciate your time.
Hey, I'm just like I said, just blessed that I all these guys that I'm sorry to say, but the UFC is abandoned. I just wish we can help them. I hope this is as successful as we think it's going to be, and the fans take to it, and the guys get what they need, and you're gonna see a lot more of them. I mean, Vitor Belfort wanted to do this. Some of the other guys want to get involved that aren't involved with contracts, that want to fight, veterans our age or their own age. And remember, once again, I don't fight women, so please, Ken Shamrock, quit texting me. All right?
Oh.
Well, we got to make that happen sometime.
Yeah, I want to see that. I definitely want to see that fight. You and Kendra.
Hello?
Ray, what'd you do? Did you pull the thing out? Can you hear us?
Now I can.
Oh, yeah, Ray's playing with his phone. He pulled out the jack.
Did he put it up his ass again? The microphone up his ass again?
I will.
Listen, I want to see you fight Kendra Shamrock.
Hold on. I'm getting a text from him right now.
Gender Wars, episode 2.
He's asking, when you start transgender wars, let him know.
Wow.
All right, guys. All right. I'm ending on that
one. All right. That's the best joke of the night.
Yeah, we can have Bruce Jenner as ring guy.
I saw that earlier. That's funny. All right, guys. Good night, man.
Good night, man. Thanks, Brad.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, wow.
He's definitely a character.
Oh, yeah, he is. Cool guy.
I know. I like him. He's fun every time we have him on. A lot better than some of our other guests that we get.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know which ones, but if you're a sucky guest, I'm talking about you.
You're talking about Mickey Gaskin.
Yeah, Mickey was a shitty guest. He broke the mic.
Yeah, and he smelled like shit, too.
And he put his lips all over that drink. Remember I brought in the whole thing?
Oh, the iced tea, yeah.
Yeah, that was for everybody. And I brought cups, and the first thing does drinks out of it.
And I was thirsty as hell. I wanted some. And then when he put his mouth on that, I was like, Jesus, Mickey.
Mickey Gaskins.
Who the hell would kiss that guy?
I don't know.
That girl got to be fucking a nutcase.
I know some girls that kiss that guy.
They got fungus in the mouth now.
Yeah, fungus in the mouth. Oh, shit. All right, we're going to get Brian Moore on here. All right, we ready to call Brian Moore, and here we go. Ray didn't even wait to answer the question, just hit dial. That's what he does. A lot of editing in the ring.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Moore? You got Caveman and Ray. How you feeling today?
Pretty good. How you doing, man?
Good. We're doing really good. I hear you got a lot of stuff going on. We just got off the phone with Brad Kohler. He was telling us all about his Gender Wars program, so we got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot going on. I had to literally sit down and write everything out so I don't forget nothing.
Oh, man.
Wow, he came prepared. Good.
Damn. You're probably the best guest we've had in a long time.
You see, I never come prepared, though.
Ray didn't even have your number.
I literally wrote it all down in the last 5 minutes since you texted me.
Oh, awesome. So I guess let's start with the Legends Museum. You actually have a physical location now. I see you're doing lots of work on it. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I recently acquired a building for the Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame. It's in Christiansburg, Ohio. It's about 20 minutes north of Dayton. We're looking at about 6,000 square feet. There's plenty of room to build on if we need. It's the perfect location for what we're needing. It's just a place to honor these guys, to actually put a physical Hall of Fame in. And we've been talking about it for a long time, and the opportunity came up to purchase the building, and I just couldn't pass it up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You get a good deal on it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, a good deal. I mean, there's a lot of work that needs done, you know, but it's a labor of love. So I'm totally renovating the entire building, new siding, windows, roof, everything.
When you say you're totally renovating it, you're doing it by yourself, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Actually, I'm purchasing the materials. I'm doing all the labor. I've got a few friends helping me, on getting it fixed up. But there is a GoFundMe site for the Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame if anybody wants to donate to help with materials. There's a lot of cost to fixing this building up, man, getting it worthy of the Legends. So, yeah, I'll be working on it over the next year. I should have it done towards the end of 2018, I think.
Okay, because I know if you're a fan of MMA, you got to help out. Everybody got to help out.
Yeah, these guys are missing out on a lot of stuff. They don't have a lot of money.
Right.
They've kind of been left behind. And, man, Brian Moore is really looking out for these guys. Everyone we have on says nothing but great things about you, sir.
I definitely got to donate some money, because I'm a fan.
Well, and we started a Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame Facebook page. You guys can go there and watch. We'll be updating it every day with, where we are in the renovations. Just like I said, there's a lot to be done inside and out, but we're going to make this building beautiful for the Legends.
Hey, Caveman,
yes,
I
sir.
checked it out. 6 hours away from us. From
We're
Buffalo.
there. We're there. We should go down for the opening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna come down for the opening.
You can shoot down and put some siding on with me one night.
6 hours is a long way to go to put siding on, but maybe we could do
And
that too.
it's worth a shot, man.
Hey, I'll be the lazy guy. I'll be like, okay, you guys doing good. I look up the ladder, see you guys up in the roof.
You're the Mexican. You're supposed to work without any asking the questions. Just get the back-breaking work.
Well, what's nice about this building is it's two large rooms and one huge room. And the big room's big enough for mats. I mean, we could put a full cage in the upstairs of this place. It's just, there's so many options as to how we can bring the Legends in, do things with them, seminars, autograph signings, all out of this one location. So it's perfect.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Raise money, have have Legends there and do a little training, I guess, right?
Yeah, can you imagine the foot traffic that would bring too? That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
What a great day. It's worth a trip. That's a great idea. You should get a little hotel next door too and rent out the spaces. A little hostel or something.
Caveman, the businessman.
Did we lose him? Are you there, Brian?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I said you should run. You should, after you get this going on, you should make a place next door, like a little hostel or something too. Get make some revenue for yourself, because it'd be a great.
Yeah,
trip.
urgent care.
Yeah, urgent care. Oh yeah, man, that'd be great.
Yeah. Me and Nick Nutter could have another battle then.
That's great. If you guys haven't seen that, you should go on Brian Moore's Facebook page and check it out. That's a good video he's got out there.
You guys did hear about us starting a podcast in December, didn't you?
I heard about it.
We were just talking about it right off there before we had you on.
Yeah.
Who do you got co-hosting? I heard there's a big surprise.
Yeah, Fernando Gonzalez from Bellator will be the co-host of the Legends of the Cage Uncensored podcast. We're going to be starting in December. Our very first show is going to be Burt Watson and Butterbean. We're not just going to cover Legends. We're going to cover current MMA as well. Even getting into some of we're wanting to bring on John Fitch and talk some more about the Ali Act and just things that are currently affecting the sport of MMA.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's great to have Fernando come on because it's a current fighter's perspective.
Yeah, is he going to be a permanent co-host, or it's just a guest for that one episode, or how's it going to work?
We're gonna rock and roll with it for a while. See how it does. I plan on bringing him on, for as many shows as he's willing to do. From what he says, we're just gonna take it, a few months at a time and see how it goes. So if you guys support, share it, listen. There's going to be a lot of great guests on. We're going to try to reach out to all different organizations and bring on fighters. So it's time to represent all of MMA.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
We'll definitely share. I mean, that's how podcasts grow. We just get the word out there. That's how we've been growing too. We have guys like you on, and you spread the word, and we get more fans. It works out really well.
Oh yeah.
But I do kind of think you're stealing a little bit of our shtick there. We got the white guy and a Hispanic, Latino kind of guy. Just saying, that's our show. Oh, man.
So I heard rumors, Legend of the Cage promotion.
Actually, I put it out there on Facebook just to see the response. I had thought about it since I bought Legends of the Cage. When I started Legends of the Cage, I bought the trademark as a fight promotion. There's just a lot to it, It is something that we thought about. It's something we continue to think about. And, how great would it be to have a 2-day ceremony at the Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame for the inductions and have a fight happen, It's something that maybe in the future of Legends of the Cage, you have to just keep an eye out for what's going on with us.
Is there some of the hesitation to do it that you'd probably have to bring in investors to be able to fund that, to bring in some of these guys?
Oh yeah, I mean, it would have you would have to find companies or people, that one person that wanted to own the greatest MMA organization in the world. How great would it be for an organization to come out and be based about the fighter? There's some great organizations out there. World Series of Fighting just had their big switch, and they're pushing, towards being a better company. Alliance MMA. There's so many different companies out there trying to do good things, and that's what we want to do. So if we have the opportunity to come out, start an organization that would benefit the fighters, if I was to do something like that, I would have to abide by the Ali Act. I mean, it's just, it's something the fighters need to protect them, and it's just something that I would support, So I don't know. There's just a lot to it, man. Like I said, it's something we're definitely talking about.
They had that big, I don't know, like round table discussion. I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's all over Facebook. If you guys don't know what we're talking about with the Ali Act and how it relates to MMA, they just had a whole bunch of people in. You can find it on Facebook pretty easily, and it's a couple hours long, but it's definitely worth a watch. Do you know where that's located at? Do you have a link of that posted, Mr. Moore?
What's that?
Do you have a link to the Ali Act, the big thing that they just had, the 2-hour discussion?
I do. You guys can find it. I'll post it up on my Facebook page here in a few minutes. But you can look up John Fitch. He's a big supporter of what's going on. Him and Randy Couture are doing great things. They're traveling around talking to different senators, getting people on board. The MMA FA. Look them up on Google. I'm sure you can find the Ali Act. And like I said, there's so many things that need to happen in MMA, and this is just one more step towards it being a better sport for the fighter. For
sure. You like it, Ray. They talked about how UFC rankings don't really mean anything, and is it really a sport if these guys are just fighting out of the weight class and guys aren't the top 10 champions?
Oh, did you see that? Did you see the congressman go off about Nate Diaz and his treatment?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I got to check that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. It's really long, Ray, but it's worth watching.
Okay.
It's very cool. We're into the sport. You should definitely watch it. I was going to talk about it on the podcast, but I figured you didn't see it.
Yeah,
you know what? I tried to join a group the other day on Facebook, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna call it out as it is. It was a group called Conor McGregor and MMA fans or something. As Legends of the Cage, I wouldn't think I would have a problem getting into these groups. But the first question, as I hit join, I get a question from the administrators. And the question was, what do you like about Conor McGregor?
Are they 12
now,
year old? They 12-year-old?
Oh, yeah. I mean, straight up, they're screening people, right, for this group. The way Conor McGregor screens his interview questions. So I completely understand. You know what I mean? But I thought about it before I answered that question, and I had to tell them. I had to be honest. I like the fact that Conor McGregor has made fighters see their value in this sport. But on the other hand, there's things about this sport that have changed since the McGregor era has started that I wish could go back, that can never go back. So, but to me, I just wanted to say, hey, man, to the Conor McGregor fan page out there that denied me because I told him I wouldn't, that I told him I would not. I'm not going to lie to him and tell him I love Conor McGregor. You know.
Did you see what he did? He jumped over the cage and attacked the ref.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Bellator.
Yeah.
My question is, what is the punishment for that? I understand Conor McGregor's money. I understand he's biased. It was. How can Dana White not be mad about that? You know, Bellator probably had the best ratings they've ever had in their entire history because of what happened at that event.
Definitely.
It's crazy. Like,
and it's going to cost
so many people tuned in just to watch Conor McGregor on Bellator.
And just think, it's going to cost UFC if he gets suspended for 2 years or a year. He can't fight MMA. I mean, there goes their $1 million pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Well, if he gets suspended, I mean, he's got the money. He don't need to fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if he gets suspended, he just avoids Tony Ferguson, which is what he's wanting to do anyway. You know, so it's all hype. You know, I mean, that's what I don't like about the Conor McGregor hype train. You know, until you defend a belt, don't talk about the greatest of all time. I don't know. I'm going to get off Conor McGregor because there's a lot of fans of Legends of the Cage that love Conor McGregor.
Right.
But I agree with you. You got to defend that belt.
Yeah. I think so too. Who do you think is the greatest of all time today?
The greatest of all time. That's a tough question. You know, everybody's saying GSP, and GSP is great. I mean, when it comes to game plan, probably there's not a better fighter ever in the history of the sport. But he bores me. You know, 90% of his fights bored me throughout it. I mean, just being honest. But to me, like, when you're talking about the greatest of all time, you know, there's so many like John Jones. You know, he ruined it. To me, the greatest of all time are all the guys, I guess, that every war, every Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez fight, every Gary Goodrich, Paul Herrera fight, you know, every fight that made me tune in over and over and watch it 50 times, those guys are the greatest of all time.
I agree. Mark Coleman, all of them guys.
Yeah, they're legends.
Now,
but if I had to put my finger on it, I would have to say DJ, dude. I mean, technically speaking, technically speaking, the greatest mixed martial artist ever to step in the cage as far as technique, as far as putting it all together in one package. Mighty Mouse is crazy good and doesn't get enough credit for it.
What you think about Anderson Silva? He got busted for...
They didn't say what for yet.
Oh, they didn't say?
They didn't say what for. Just PEDs.
Oh.
That, like...
Pull off the Shanghai card.
I'm like Nate Diaz after he beat McGregor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think it only really affects his legacy if it's steroids again. If he gets popped for steroids, that's different than like if he gets popped for weed or diuretic like on Nogueira. I don't even understand why he popped hot out of competition for a diuretic. I didn't know that was it was suspended. Like you can't take a diuretic out of competition. I thought that was only a in competition thing.
Yeah, there's so many things, man, and that's another thing. You know, USADA's been a great thing, but yet at the same time, there's so many banned substances that these guys eat tainted meat. You know, like Moreno, you eat meat, next thing you know, bam, you're popping for roids, or it's crazy. It's in the tap water now. So there's got to be they've got to narrow this down. They've got to narrow down what they classify as a performance-enhancing drug. You know, for the longest time, marijuana was considered a performance-enhancing drug. You know, you got to be kidding me.
Right. Even the CBD oil is illegal. You're not supposed to use that yet either, although that's changing this year, right? The end of this year? 2018?
How is something illegal for a fighter to use that's legal in the state in which the fighter lives in, where they may have a medical prescription for it?
Right.
You understand? Like, they've got to, I guess the rules of MMA have to catch up with the times of the world.
Yeah, I think that goes for a lot of stuff. just in the world in general. It's hard to keep up. The world changes so quick now that, legislation can't keep up with it. It's just a problem in everything in life. And MMA is just a microcosm of that.
So
Yeah.
I got Joe Rogan on you. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got another question. What do you think about Diego Sanchez? You think he should retire or keep fighting after that knockout?
Oh, dude, I love Diego Sanchez. Like, that was brutal. Like, I missed the fight last night. I'll be honest. I fell asleep, woke up today, turned it on. The elbow from Matt Brown was devastating. It was like getting hit with a baseball bat,
It's right on the back of the head, too.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you that, Caveman.
It was on the back of the head.
That was on the back of the head.
There's a picture on Instagram. He posted a picture, and he's like, anyone that gets hit with this elbow in the back of the head will be knocked out. It's not because I'm punchy.
That's true.
Yeah.
I seen it. It looked like it was in the back of the head. So I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, it was definitely in the back.
And
of the head.
I'm a huge Diego Sanchez fan, huge. So I say keep fighting. Every fight he comes to, he's throwing punches. It's a war. He comes straight forward and never goes backwards. I love watching Diego fight.
Do you think he's starting to get slurred speech, though? Listening to him talk this time, he sounds different to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of them, man. A lot of these guys, it's what they do. And that's another thing. There has to be a point. Like, there's a fine line between, as a fan, wanting to see these guys continue and just knowing that the sport's taking its toll,
How do you
There's
feel?
so many legends out there that would love to fight. But on the other hand, there's so many legends out there with issues that would love to fight,
Here's the thing that I feel about these guys having to retire. It's their life. If they want to do it and they understand the risks that they're taking. I fight still. I know I'm 40. I'm fighting still. I know I could come out with a traumatic brain injury and never be the same. I know that I'm damaging my body, that I'm not going to see the effects until, in my 50s and 60s about the head trauma I'm taking. I understand the risks I'm taking, but I still want to do it. Why can I not do it? I could go out and party and do cocaine or, anything else.
And that I completely understand. But on the other side of it, not a fan, as a friend, seeing the struggles of guys like Gary Goodridge, who struggle day to day just to, cope with the injuries, and some of the stuff that is going on with them. Like I said, it's a fine line because I would love to see 50 more Gary Goodridge fights, but on the other hand, it's, I don't know. It's one of those things that, as a fighter, I guess it's on you. How long are you willing to go? How much injury are you willing to incur?
I think that's how it should be. I don't think guys like Dana should be able to tell them you can't fight anymore, or even some of the commissions. As long as you're medically cleared to fight, I think you should be allowed to fight. I don't think age or damage should be a factor in determining whether you can fight or not.
Yeah. Well, you look at guys like Pat Smith, fought in UFC 1, 50-plus years old, and fought for the title twice in Gladiator Challenge last year,
Right.
These guys are still out there doing it. So, I heard just the other day, Ken Shamrock's still considering another fight.
I saw that.
So, yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, as long as they want to fight, people's going to tune in and want to watch it.
Yeah, I think that's why your Legends of the Cage would be an amazing thing, because when you get to a certain level, you can no longer fight with the young stud athlete guys. Like you see, Damian Maia out there with Colby, and he just physically can't. Well, maybe he can, but that's not a very good example. But some of the other guys, like Damian Maia, he can't compete anymore at that weight class with those guys. It's very brutally obvious that he's not an elite guy, but he should still be able to fight. And if he could get matched up with guys, that are a little bit older veterans that are big,
Well, for 10 years, Damian Maia was a one-trick pony that only needed one trick.
Right.
Like one of the greatest Brazilian jiu-jitsu artists ever to enter the cage. But mixed martial arts and the fighters are developing so fast and cross-training into so many different areas that you can't just come in as a boxer no more or a karate guy. You have to know the entire sport, which makes great mixed martial artists that much more special, you know?
Yeah, that's why John Jones is going to be the best of all time. But even after everything he did, probably, I think.
Yeah.
Ray's like, no.
I like John Jones.
Yeah. Fedor, maybe. Fedor was awesome, but then
You
he
see,
fought a
you see
little bit too long,
what
too.
Strikeforce is doing with the 4-man tournament heavyweight?
Yeah, I did see that, actually. What do you think about that? Did you see that, Brian?
I wish they'd have more 8-man tournaments, old school style, all in one night. Take it to Russia where we can do it. You know?
Yeah, Brad's working on that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss those days, man. You know, like, knowing this guy, I mean, I know it's not good and we can't be having it anymore, but the days of just knowing this guy could fight 3 times tonight, and then watching somebody like a Don Fryer or Mark Coleman fight 3 times and battle through 3 fights that most guys wouldn't last through now, you know, to get that victory or that Grand Prix. So it's just the old days. I miss them. That's why I wish we could. I wish we did have some big, huge investor and could start an organization to bring back that old feel.
Oh yeah.
You know, the old gritty, in your face MMA feel instead of this commercialized industry that we watch every weekend now.
And it was crazy back then, too, because now all the guys at least get paid a little bit, but back in the day, if you weren't winning the tournament, it was not enough to pay your bills, probably.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was biased back in the day, I was rooting for all the strikers.
Yeah. So you weren't a Gracie fan, I take it.
Actually, I was, but I became a fan of him when I started understanding jiu-jitsu. But yeah, I was rooting for all the strikers, so I ain't gonna lie.
The first fight I ever saw was Minoki Ichihara against Royce Gracie, the start of UFC 2. And I was like, oh, man, that karate guy's going to kill him. I was all rooting for the traditional martial arts because that's what I did. And by the end of UFC, I was like, man, I better stick with this wrestling thing I'm doing and learn some jiu-jitsu.
I know at that time I was training in Taekwondo. I was like, oh, okay. And then when we went down to the ground, didn't do nothing. I was like, Taekwondo sucks.
Yeah, so what do you guys, what's your thought on gender wars coming to Russia?
I'm kind of excited, actually. I think it's I mean, it's not unique. It's been done before, but I think it's really cool, and Brad Kohler is going to be able to do it. And I like the crowd.
I like the idea where the fans could talk to the cornerman and the fighters.
And I like that he's involving the
legends. Yeah. Did he happen to tell you who the cornermen were going to be?
Yeah, he did. He talked about Mark Coleman. He talked about Gary Goodrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool is that to have Wes Sims cornered by Mark Coleman and Gary Goodrich across the ring, you know, cornering Travis Diesel-Wyeth, and two guys that were in the Pride era together that are great friends. Gary and Mark are great friends, been friends for 30 years, and now they got to stand across the cage, you know, and it's cool to me because there's 3 legends of the cages guys involved in that event: Wes Sims, Gary Goodrich, Mark Coleman, now Brad Kohler, and I can't even count the guys that are involved. So.
And
it's
the setting
getting
is
bigger
cool.
and bigger.
The setting in the warehouse.
I like the warehouse setting too in Russia in the cold. That's beautiful.
Yeah, old blood sport type.
Yeah, right? That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, like an old blood sport.
I love it. It's like 80s karate movie, man. It's perfect. You know, and the Wes Sims and Mark Coleman, they've been together forever too. Like the Hammer House. That's just so cool. I got good Wes.
Well, what's cool about this event is the feel of it. You know, when you rent it on pay-per-view, the feel of it will be that feel of No Way Out, the movie that we're working on. It's that gritty, old school. You know, before there was MMA, when it was guys fighting in the back of bars. You know, I sat and listened to Paul Varlans talk about fighting in the back of restaurants and bars for the first 5 years before he ever got noticed. You know.
Yeah.
So those are that's the cool opportunity that Brad Kohler's giving these guys over there in Russia.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a cool event.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to actually get it. And he says the price point's gonna be like $10 for pay-per-view. You can't go wrong for $10.
You can't go wrong.
Oh, and think about this with ladies out there right now, like Gabby Garcia, like Chris Cyborg. Tell me there isn't a woman out there that wants to make $1 million.
Oh yeah, Gabby Garcia would kill anybody I know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that would be crazy.
She'll kill me less than 10 seconds.
I know. She'd definitely beat me up. I'm a professional fighter, you know. I mean, that's just the truth.
I think I could take Gabby Garcia.
You go kick her in the
Take her
nuts.
out to dinner.
Yeah, I'd stand back and throw rocks.
Hey, I heard
I'd David and Goliath her, I guess. Because there's no way.
we were talking to
Her
Brad.
punches are so sloppy though.
They are.
Like,
They are really bad.
If she went up against, I mean, her size is tremendous in where she's at. But if she went up against a really good striker, you know what I mean, she'd be in trouble.
It's going to be tough for a really good striker to deal with her reach and weight, though. I think she's going to be able to close the
I know.
distance. You know, it's such a good matchup to see her against a good striker, though.
You think her and Cyborg?
It would have to be the punches of Chris Cyborg or the punches of Amanda Nunes with the kicks of Holly Holm to the head to take Gabby Garcia down.
Yeah, Gabby's so big. Not even, I don't know, maybe a Cyborg could fight her. I mean, she slammed Tito around, so.
She what?
There's a
Gabby
video of her
Garcia's
slamming
jaws
her.
3 times bigger than mine, dude. Her jaw. There's
She
no way you could knock her out. I mean, there's very few ladies in this world that could knock out Gabby Garcia.
She remind me of China for pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't want to say it. But I think it is her. Yeah.
That could be.
I keep waiting for Triple H to come out during one of her fights.
Yeah, big sledgehammer. He's ready to go.
Yeah, D-Generation X.
Yeah, damn. How's your movie coming along? We talked about it just a second ago, but can you talk a little bit about how the production's coming, how the movie's coming together, what's going on with the movie?
I think me and Caveman should get a part in the movie. I want to get killed by one of the legends.
You want to die at the hands of a legend. See, I'm the other way around. I want to be the guy killing everybody. I want them to take their Hollywood magic and put muscles on me and make me the killer. But yeah, I've been working with Jeffrey. You know, we're still in the casting phase. There's still a lot of fighters coming on board. We've been reaching out to a lot of current fighters. I can't really talk about who just yet, but there's a lot to this. And like I said, they were behind with the movie and they're just now wrapping up. So yeah, early 2018, we should get started on getting everything together, getting the casting out and being able to announce more names. And I've been working with Glenn Spillman over at Cellar 13 Films on the documentary Legends of the Cage After the Final Bell.
Yeah.
That's another great opportunity for companies to be a part of something, to get their name on actually recording the history of MMA. We're going to be doing an in-depth interview with these guys from day one of the sport until current fighters, you know, covering everything from the life and where they were before they became a fighter to where they are now after the game. So it's a great opportunity for companies to come on board. There's plenty of room for product placement, sponsors. You know, feel free to reach out to myself or Glenn Spillman on Facebook, or reach out to Cellar 13 Films.
Cellar 13 Films. Ray, you're in charge. Let's make sure we get a tag on that on this podcast.
Okay.
All right. We'll make sure we tag a link to it so we can. It's easy to donate to. So like when someone listens to this, they can just click on it instead of having to
Now
search for it.
I've got a guy named Keith Agnew. He's updating our website right now as we speak. legendsofthecage.com.
Okay.
We should be coming out with it around December 1st with the new website. There's going to be all kinds of things for fans to do, to go on, to be a part, to leave messages for the legends. We're going to have opportunities to be in the upcoming films, links to different shows and podcasts. If you guys are interested in getting your podcast linked onto the website, I'd be happy to do it. You're good, big supporters. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a place where fans can go and actually interact and talk to legends, and we'll have them all in one spot. And it's going to be a lot better than what we have up now. So check it out after December 1st, legendsofthecage.com.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. We'd love to get our podcast attached to you. It'd be an honor. And
yeah, we're gonna take the podcasts that have supported us over the years and put them all into one spot and give fans an opportunity to go and listen to all your shows. You know, so make sure you shoot me that link and we'll get it up on the website.
All right, man. That sounds awesome. We'll definitely take care of that. It sounds like 2018 is going to be the biggest year ever for Legends of the Cage.
Oh yeah. Already, I mean, the first 3 months of 2018 is going to be crazy. Like I said, check us out on Facebook, look up the Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame, follow our progress, and be a part of it. That's all we ask is that fans be a part of it.
Hopefully that you're going to get some kind of financial reward out of this because you're really taking care of these guys. We had Brad Kohler on, and he was telling us about how people call you for bus money because they get stuck places, and you're always helping people, and that's amazing to hear. I didn't want to say the names that we talked about because we talked about it off air, but man, I just want to make sure that you're getting accredited for all the stuff that you're doing for these legends.
Is there something we could do, like a fundraiser? I know they got the GoFundMe.
Right. For Mark Coleman.
I'm thinking we should like do something to raise money. Is there anything we could do?
Dude, it would be amazing if we could get all these legends and all the shows together and do something to generate funds to get these guys a proper place, I do what I can, but the fans reaching out would be huge.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk. Probably I'll give you a call one day and we could talk about something because I want to, I feel like I'm a big fan of these guys and, I feel like we could do something, to raise money,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll think of something. all at the same time, promoting Caveman's Corner.
That's right. We're going to promote Caveman's Corner. Make sure you check out all the Brian Moore episodes. You can go back through the history and just anything with Brian Moore, click on it.
All the legends he hooked us up with.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We always, whenever we have a legend on, I always plug your Legend of the Cage. I put it in all the promos for it too, so it works out really well for us. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
Even if we didn't get hooked up through you and their legend, we still put it in there. We cheat a little bit.
And like I said, we're still reaching out. We're still adding new guys. It's just we've slowed down this year with everything going on. It's just been crazy busy.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're gonna have a podcast. You're gonna have a movie. You're gonna have a documentary. You're gonna have an actual location for this museum. 2018 sounds amazing.
When you mentioned the location, I was like, yes, it's not Las Vegas. Yes.
Oh, I know.
Well, I tell you what, all those fighters, every fighter that I've ever reached out to about this museum that said, when you have a physical location, I want to put something in your museum. Be ready in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be dusting off whatever it is you want to display. Be cleaning it, because in 2018, it's going to happen.
6,000 square feet is a lot of room for stuff.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome, man.
And that's all we really want to do is give the fans a place to go, to remember these guys, to, have a place to call their own.
Definitely. Sometimes that's the greatest thing you can give somebody, too, is just recognizing their legacy. I mean, these guys fought, and some people that are modern MMA fans don't even know who they are. At least there's somewhere where they can go and show, like, man, this is when I fought back in the day, and I was somebody at one time.
Mark Coleman, was he the first heavyweight champion in UFC?
Yep, first heavyweight UFC champion.
So, like, a lot of people don't know who a lot of these young kids don't know who Mark Coleman is,
Yeah.
And it's a shame, in my opinion. And they got a museum there. They can learn.
Well, there's so many fans out there that don't even know the wars that happened to make this sport possible, and that's why I started what I'm doing now, is to make fans remember.
Yeah, even all the behind-the-scenes stuff that some of these guys did, and working with the senators and getting it legal, and all the UFC battles, and they were just on satellite TV. You couldn't even get them on cable. There's so many.
Well, and that's
stories.
another thing. The UFC Hall of Fame, it's great. It honors UFC veterans. It honors UFC legends. UFC Hall of Fame doesn't include Art Davie. How is it a true Hall of Fame, Dana White? Like, I want to ask him right now, and anybody out there that knows Dana White, how is it a Hall of Fame without Art Davie? So Legends of the Cage Hall of Fame, we will honor Art Davie as the creator of the UFC. There's so many guys out there that may never see the UFC Hall of Fame due to the speed at which the sport's growing, and not necessarily feuds, but history that they would rather erase. So we're here to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, but what about Jeff Blatnick too, man? You could get him in there. And...
Yeah, Blatnick. I could name 10 guys that helped create this sport and was an integral part of the sport that aren't included in that Hall of Fame. And it to me, like Don Fry getting in last year, amazing. It's about time they honored Don Fry.
For sure. I can't believe he wasn't in. I just assumed he was in until they announced that he was in. That's crazy.
Well, we all know Don and Dana had a tussle for years. You know what I mean? So it's for him to go to the UFC Expo in 2015 with Legends of the Cage. The UFC got an opportunity to see how much the fans loved Don Fry. I mean, it was overwhelming, the amount of fan love he got at that expo. And the very next year, he's inducted. And it's great that the UFC recognized how loved he was by the fans at that event.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's like Magnum PI, dude. How can you not put him in there? Jesus Christ.
Another classic porn stash.
Yeah, there's a lot. Those guys back in the day all had classic porn stashes. I don't know what was going on at that time in history.
Fred Eddish.
Severin, and they were all in competition, weren't they?
Yeah. Even Harold Howard had a little bit of porn stash going on.
He had the mullet?
Yeah, he had the mullet. Oh, my God. We got to get Harold Howard on still. This is
yeah, I've been texting Charlie Anzone.
Yeah.
He got hook us up with
yeah, we got to get him.
Yeah.
He was my favorite guy.
Who? Harold Howard?
Harold Howard, yeah. I loved Harold Howard. If you're coming on,
I can get you Harold Howard if you want Harold Howard.
Yeah, I want Harold Howard. I want Harold Howard bad. If you can get,
all right, I'll set it up.
All right,
All
yeah.
right, cool,
Thank you very much. I wanted him and Fred Eddish. I got Fred Eddish. We tracked him down.
I wanted. You know who was my favorite fighter in the UFC in the early days? Pat Smith.
Oh.
I was rooting for Pat Smith to beat Gracie in the second one, and I was rooting for him to beat Shamrock.
Yeah.
Pat Smith.
Yeah. Have you guys had Pat Smith on the show?
No, we haven't had Pat.
Well, I'll get you Pat Smith too.
All right. Ray,
not a problem.
Me and Ray just got our days, man. It's like Christmas early.
Yeah.
I'm literally writing it down as we speak.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah,
we
like to have
appreciate that.
But,
those guys are like true legends too.
Yeah, and then Pat Smith was in UFC 2 with the elbows.
Oh my God, Scott Morris.
Hey, Brian, did you ever get in touch with Scott Morris?
Who's that?
Scott Morris, the guy in UFC 2 that Pat Smith elbow.
No, I did not.
Man, that was the first time I saw that.
There's so many guys. You know what I mean? There's so many guys from the early MMA days that if there's anybody out there you guys are thinking of that we're forgetting, reach out to us on social media. You know, tag us in that name, put that name in there. Give up, because there's no way we can keep up with every legend, it's going to take us forever. So we're looking for the fans to reach out, like the names you're just throwing at me now. It's guys that we will reach out to, you know?
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Ray's all about that. He's very social media active. And then me and him talk, and then he posts what I say, and he takes it as his own. So it's perfect. We're a good team.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for your time, Mr. Moore. I know you got to go, and we got to go, but I would love to have you on. We'd love to talk about Legends of the Cage. Do you got anything else to promote that on your list there that we didn't get to?
All right. I appreciate it, guys.
All right. Sounds good, man. Thank you very much. I'll have Ray get in touch with you for setting up some interviews for us. Thank you very much.
All right. That's great. I'll make it happen.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you,
Moore.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye.
Have a great day. Goodbye. All right. There we go, Ray. Another great interview.
I'm just looking at this picture right here.
I know, the one Brad Kohler sent you, that girl.
Yeah.
The ring girl?
Nice tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice one, Brad.
He probably don't listen to this either. Serious. I don't think Brad Kohler listens to the thing we say, or he would never come back on.
No,
here.
but he did say we was funny. We're a good team.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Hopefully he brings us out there. Jesus Christ. At least someone likes us.
I think he's like the only one who like us. To be honest with you.
I don't know. We're getting more and more fans.
Because I think we got like we got like the same sense of humor,
Right.
and you know.
Okay, here's something for you fans that are still listening to this podcast. If you're still around, if you like us, post in the comments that you like us.
Yeah.
If you do, Ray will give you $100.
Oh, fuck that.
That's just like the football tickets you're gonna buy for that girl and the $10 you owe me. You're just never gonna do it, so it's all
I'm
right.
gonna do it, Caveman. Jeez. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go. Brad Kohler said he will go with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. It's football season gonna start. I'm gonna get us tickets. We go to Pittsburgh and watch the football game. See if we can hang out with her. You know, hang out
After,
with,
yeah.
Take pictures.
We'll do a podcast from there. I can do one on my tablet.
Oh,
You
yeah?
can post it, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You get a little boom mic for it. It's like $80. We could do it.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
Let's get on. All right.
Walking Dead's on. Gotta go.
Shit. Yeah. Caveman Corner coming from the Fan Doozy Studios in Buffalo, New York. We are out of here.
Ray, that's very unprofessional, sir.
So what? That's the kind of guy I am. I'm professional.
How do you think the technology is going to work for Brad Kohler's thing?
Hopefully they got, I think it's going to be good.
They're going to have the headsets and you'll be talking and the guy's not going to hear you, or it's going to be
I'm gonna
delayed.
it's gonna be funny because I'm gonna be like, kick his legs. You're gonna be like, take him down, go for the single, go for the double.
I know. It'd be so funny.
Yeah, so
It's going to be weird. I can't imagine Mark Coleman being calm enough to talk to someone during a fight. Fuck him up! You super! You can hear him at every one of the events, dude,
the kid gonna be like, go for a high kick. Mark Coleman gonna be like, go for the double leg takedown.
Yeah.
We're not listening to you, this kid.
Just think about it, dude. Like, if you go back and watch the old Pride fights when his guys are fighting, all you hear is Mark Coleman screaming shit. I remember the one time Fedor got...
I got the DVD. He had a fight in Japan in IBC, and you could hear Mark Coleman yelling. It was funny.
The one time Fedor cut Nogueira, dude, is the loudest is Dave. You can go back and watch that DVD. He's like, put some fucking super glue in it. When Nogueira's just bleeding all over, or Fedor was, that no contest one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude, that's so funny. We make fun of that still to this day, me and Dr. Kroll. I like that one.
You know what? I got to text Mark Coleman. I'm going to text him when we leave here.
Yeah. Tell him we talk about his ass.
Yeah.
So he can go to Russia. We should buy one of them fucking Russian hats.
The old
Get him an
Soviet
interpreter.
Union.
Yeah. His girl probably won't like that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe she won't.
Our girls won't like that.
Yeah. Our girls won't like that either. All right. Let's get out of here.
All right.
This is a bad Easter egg.
Yeah.
Mickey sucks. That's our normal Easter egg.
Yeah, Mickey sucks.
Poops his Oh, did you see the UFC last night?
No.
The one guy wore a diaper. I got a picture of it on my phone. I'll show you.
It reminded me of Carlo Newton.
Kyle's knew it was cool.
Yeah,
didn't
but he
wear
had the
diapers.
diaper. He had the diapers.
Not like this guy. I'll show you when we get off there.
Listen, I posted a picture.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I like Carlos Newton. He signed my championship belt.
I wonder if he's. Oh, I forgot to ask Brian if he's legend of the cage.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him.
Yeah. You think he belonged there? Well, he was in Pride and
He belongs in there, yeah.
yeah, fought. He had a belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Legends of the Cage includes Legends of the Ring as well, because Pride was in the ring.
True that.
Yeah.
Brian Moore got to get two names now. Another name,
Yeah.
Legend of the Rings.
Yeah, that one already exists, probably for boxing.
Oh yeah.
All right, this guy here. I
All right.
want to watch Rick Grimes kill somebody. Later.
All right. Bye.